What's up, guys? How's it going? Marvel Madness here. We have a special night tonight. We have a special guest, none other than Wolverine Comic Shop, or AKA Joseph. What's going on, Joseph?
What's up, my man? How you doing? Thank you so much for having me tonight on the show. It is an honor to be here.
You know, those who don't know Joseph, I started following him love at first sight when I saw his name Wolverine. So that's pretty much what happened there. But if you don't follow him, definitely he knows some things about comics. He has dove into comics, and it's just been a great chance to be able to get to know him a bit, talk to him on Instagram and a couple lives, and it's been awesome. But not lives, because this is the first live.
This is my first live. Here we go.
This is Joseph's first live. You can see a bunch of awesome content on his YouTube channel, so check that out. We'll talk later about that. But definitely, I'm so excited to pop your YouTube live cherry, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man. This is the first time. This will go down in history. We're going to have to etch it in stone. Marvel Madness, MCU, and Wolverine's Comic Shop. First live ever doing it on a Friday night. Let's go, fam. Let's go.
All right. Who do we got in the chat? We got Brittany in the house. What is going on, Brittany? Our awesome female collector that has been on my channel a few times. We're going to be recording another if not tonight, in a week or two, probably. She's got a couple other boxes she wants to open, so it'd be fun. We got William Johnson in the house. William, what's going on? William is a great fan of everything Marvel card content related or comic related. He's just been a big supporter of us content creators on YouTube. So what's up? And Ken, Marvelous Cards, Nostalgic Vibes. What's going on there? And he's the Wolverine comic expert. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right. I like that. Don't try and stump me, guys, okay? Don't try and stump me, all right? I got a reputation to maintain over here.
What's up, Matt? Hey, Matt, I got some good freaking news for you. Please DM me. I have some great news for me and yourself. Marvelous Cards. Hey, Brittany. Hello, all Marvel addicts. Yes, we are Marvel addicts. Marvel addicts in cards and comics.
I mean, look at what's going on back here.
Dude, I do have to say, when I saw a picture of your background, I'm like, I need that on the YouTube thumbnail. I'm sorry. I got to put it up there. So that's what I did.
Please, so, it's an honor. Okay, it's an honor,
man. And now you own that Hulk 181 that's like a reprint and the real Hulk 181, correct?
I do not own the real Hulk 181.
Oh, okay.
I do not yet. That is a book. As a Wolverine collector,
it's a grail book of mine too.
Okay. It is a book that has eluded me for quite some time. So the reprints right now is what I'm working with.
All right. Cool.
And there is one behind me.
Well, somewhere. Marvelous Cards says you have a great collection because he says you have an elite status collection for sure.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Anything that has a bunch of yellow labels, obviously he knows his stuff because it's like, okay, this guy gets stuff signed in witness of CGC with the artist. That's the way to go. So great stuff, man.
Thank you.
So yeah,
love this.
So a little bit about tonight, guys. We're gonna talk about maybe some pickups. I actually have a couple pickups to show. I can't show all of my mail because I have a special mail call that I'm doing with Monster in the Iron Mask next week, aka Sergio. I'm trying to start like maybe a weekly or bi-weekly like show with him just on Instagram. We might actually do this on YouTube, all that jazz. We got to talk a little bit more, but for sure, that's where my bulk of my mail is going to be. But tonight I'm going to show a couple things. And if you have any mail calls or just things you've gotten the past couple weeks there, Joseph, feel free to bring those in and we can show them off.
Oh, we got some epic stuff about to go down tonight. Okay.
Good.
Everybody that's in the chat, you're about to see some stuff you've never seen before. Okay.
Hey,
if you have seen it before, my apologies. All right?
I see Absolute Game Nerds is in here. Welcome.
Yeah.
Rohan and all that stuff. That's great. I'm so happy that I'm going to be able to be on his show and he's going to come on my show all next month. So it'll be fun. So good stuff.
What's up, boys?
Yeah. Okay, well, let's start on to this mail stuff here. I'm gonna hold off on one piece and I'm gonna show this other piece here. So let me ask you something, Joseph.
Yeah. Are
you part of any of the Facebook groups on Facebook?
Yes, I am part of the comic book buy sell trade
Facebook group. I am too.
34,000. Love that group. What an awesome group.
Oh, great group. I know in the comic books, I think I'm part of the CGC graded one, the comic book fans. There's a couple other ones. And then there's also on the Marvel card side, there's what's called MCCW. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out. That's Marvel Card Worldwide, Marvel Card Collector Worldwide. And it's a worldwide group. So basically, when you sell something, you got to sell it US and offer international, right? It's just a rule that they have. So it's pretty cool that they have a group that's like that. And a bunch of people sell Marvel cards there. I was able to acquire a couple sketch cards recently from one of my favorite sets. I don't know exactly if you know too many of the Marvel sets there, Joseph, but I bet somebody can guess what set it's from. So Professor Oak, this is a Pokemon guy mainly, but he's coming to Marvel cards too. So what's up, Professor Oak? But shout out to the person that can guess what set it's from. My favorite set. I'm going to give a couple seconds for chat.
Come on, chat. Don't let me down because I don't have the answer, okay?
I know Ken has to know it. And I'm sure OCD knows it. Matt, I'm sure he knows it too, but let's just see it. See if anybody guesses. Hey, dudes. Yes, I got sucked into. There it is. Marvel Marshall got it. Vibranium. Good job. Okay, and these aren't any normal Vibranium cards. They are actually sketch cards, okay? So I'm going to just try to take off this blue tape so you don't see that. I am apologies if you can hear my kids crying upstairs, guys.
That's normal stuff. I mean, that happens in my house all the time.
Okay, so here we go. This is Daredevil. It says metal engravings. That's what this Vibranium sketch card is called for Vibranium.
That thing looks amazing.
And this whole card is shiny, glossy card. They had every artist use permanent type marker to go on this type of style of card because it was so shiny. It's almost like plexiglass, really slick. And so the only thing that really stuck on it was actually like this marker. So they basically made all of the artists draw that. That's pretty sick. So shout out to my boy Vintage Lord Canada. He's a big Daredevil collector. Actually picked that up in a great deal, and I'm putting it in his trade pile for it. So
I love me some Daredevil. I'm actually hunting right now for Daredevil #1 first appearance.
Okay, nice. That's a good book. All right, this next one here is Nightcrawler, and it's also on a metal engravings card as well. Way excited to get a Nightcrawler sketch card. This is my very first sketch card. So of Nightcrawler. Sorry, not of all time.
So take me to school here a second. What are these cards exactly?
Okay, so it's out of a.
Oh,
It's
man.
called Marvel Vibranium set. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a 1 of 1. It says congratulations. It has the artist name on the back. It's from 2015. Marvel Vibranium is the actual Marvel card
Okay.
set. So 2015, they created that set. Kind of similar to the same year that they had 2015 Flair Retro and some of the PMGs. Sure, you're aware of Precious Metal Gem
Yes.
PMGs, right? So, but that was
Okay. Interesting.
a trade pickup that I had. Pretty excited about. Pretty awesome. Great
Okay.
stuff.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right, this last one is pretty special because of this. It is my very first CGC Marvel card that I own. And it may be the very last as well in this type of blue label. So, and those who listen to the Marvel Card Collector podcast that Ian Taylor does from the MCCW podcast on Instagram as well as Spotify, I was on the show and we talked about 2007 and 2008 Marvel Masterpieces. And this is from 2008 Marvel Masterpieces, just a base card of Wolverine, but it had a grade 9 on it. It's still a mint card. This was $20 to grade. It's about $20. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to purchase this card. So that's what I did. So pretty good stuff there.
That's a no-brainer every time.
Yeah.
They're
But
selling it for what it costs to actually grade it. You
I
might as well
truly
just
cannot
pick it
believe
up.
it's your only CGC slab. Marvel Madness. I love the blue label and cannot get enough of the cards. Here's the deal. I'm with you, Marvelous Cards. And
Yeah.
I had a stack of about 150 cards I was sending. I was just getting ready for it, right? And then it happened. They announced that they're taking away the blue label. CGC, if you're watching, this is a big, huge mistake. Here am I on YouTube creating content for not only Marvel card collectors, but comic collectors and anybody who are fans of Marvel. To bring us together, this slab was doing some of that. It was bringing a lot of us together. Who wants a CGC labeled comic matched up and paired with a CGC Marvel card? Tons of us want that. So CGC, if you're watching, I don't know if you can backstep your way back. I don't know, but you probably can. Anywho, I did hear some rumors that there's some things in the works for Marvel cards. I don't want to spoil it because I haven't confirmed it. I just have little rumors and all that stuff, but we'll just kind of hold off on those discussions until we hear more. So, but that's what I got.
I love it. That's cool.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're up, Joseph. If
You
you
got
have
it.
any
You got it.
recent pickups.
We got just Rohan. Why isn't the SS1 up on the wall? I was just going for a Wolverine X-Men theme over here, guy. You know?
Yeah, come on now.
Sitting right over there. You can pull it out if you want me to.
Why
If I knew you were definitely going to be here, Rohan, would have totally
is
thrown it up on the wall. Okay.
that the Silver Surfer one?
Yeah, Silver Surfer #1.
Nice.
Something I showed on his podcast when they had me on.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
all right, yeah. So we're gonna get into a couple of my unboxings. I was sharing with you earlier, so I just went through like 6 unboxings, and I realized, you know what? Let me save the cards. All right, let me save the cards, and I'll share with everybody. You know, my card collecting. I started collecting cards back in 1992. You know, I was a child. I'd go to the store, pick up my cards, especially Spider-Man, and just rip them open. So 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, the beginning of 98. And that pretty much kind of ended my card collecting career, right? Until most recently. It's been a surge, and I've been just on the lookout. Just want to buy things that I think are cool, that, you know, mean something to me. So this is just something that I was just kind of scrolling through, and I found on eBay. I've been meaning to unbox it on the channel for quite some time, and we're just going to do it for you guys right here.
Is
right
this
now.
the big reveal that we've talked about?
No. Hold on. We're going to build up to that. Okay, everybody.
Okay. Good. Like, I'm just saying, like, you're skipping to this is just mail, right? This is just mail.
This is just one. This is just the first one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what's going on here. Let's get rid of the box.
So, Brittany, I hear it's the 10th, which is actually Monday. Now, if it is extended from that, I don't know, but the 10th. Oh, wow.
So this is, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even really know what the hell I bought. This is an unopened Spawn.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell it says.
Trading cards, right?
Chromium set.
Yes.
Archives Chromium set, complete 50 card set, a Chromium collection of the first 50 covers of Spawn. All right, that's actually pretty cool.
Are those the longer version cards or the regular 2.5 by 3.5?
Hold on, let me ask ChatGPT real quick. You're asking the wrong guy. I have no idea. No idea. It just says complete set. You know, when I saw it, you know, it just, the box was perfect. Yeah, it's still wrapped up. And it just made a whole lot of sense. So this is the first one up for today.
Well, cool. That's awesome.
Nice. Thanks,
maybe
man.
we can open that sometime together.
Well, hold on a second.
Or maybe we're doing it tonight. I don't know.
Because here's the thing, you know, people always ask me, like, yo, you unbox things, but you don't physically open them. I'm like, nah, man, I'm a collector. I don't open up anything. Like, I didn't know that you're supposed to. They're like, well, that's the whole nostalgia factor, that people want to see what's inside. I'm like, no, you can't see what's inside. That's the whole point. So,
Joseph, do we have to explain something to you?
Maybe.
Okay.
I told you were going to take me.
Have you heard of the acronym ABR?
No. Maybe.
Okay, you ready for it?
Yeah.
ABR. Always be ripping.
Oh man, no, I don't know that one.
It's a big acronym a lot of us collectors use, because we're always talking about, ooh, should I keep it sealed or should I rip it? ABR,
good deal.
baby.
Good
ABR.
deal. Well, that perfectly leads in to the next basically unboxing. So about a month ago, I found some vintage 1980 Argentina Marvel cards. Okay. This one specifically, just Captain America on the front, superheroes. These are not the Terabusis. These are just the regular Argentina cards. And what I had done at the time, I picked up basically 10 packs because I was looking for, we'll call it the reprint of the Wolverine Terabusi. Okay. You guys should go check out that video. The cards came like, unlike packaged, it was just in a DHL box. It came from Argentina in like 3 days. Okay. Wow. And it's gonna pain me, but we're gonna open this up right now. Okay. I have opened up one of these before, and they are quite difficult to open up, but we're just gonna do it. So here we go. Always be ripping. All right, let's see.
I'm excited.
All right, so I'm gonna. Oh, they always stick together. Okay. The first thing, all right, so just real quick. All right, so the first thing that comes up, oh my God.
Oh no.
Shit. I wasn't expecting to get something really cool in this one. Okay.
Oh no.
Shit. Where the hell is Spideywood hits when you need one?
Oh, snap.
So within these cards, right? They included, I guess, kind of like a pog, And so what this is, it says Hombre Arana. I don't know if anybody speaks Spanish or Argentinian out there. And so this just happens to be Spider-Man number 35. You can check them out on
Well,
eBay. They go for a
I
nice little
believe
penny.
I believe Irana is a spider and Hombre is a man, so Spider-Man.
There you go, Spider-Man in Argentinian. All right, now let's go through the cards and kind of see what we got. Now these aren't like traditional cards. These are like, first off, you can see the scale. All right, they're super small, and I don't even know what the hell that is. The first one, it's just a plane.
Now,
and you got to see these things are paper thin.
Oh, okay.
Paper thin. There's nothing written on the back of them like the Terabusis have, right?
Yeah.
So let's just, I'm gonna kind of see, go through this. So we got a we got a Black Panther right there.
Ooh, nice. That's cool.
Okay.
What's up, Captain Crockpot?
So we got another just couple planes for whatever reason. And all right, man, this is pretty cool. I've actually seen this on eBay. Looks a little damaged, but we'll take a Black Widow.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Take a Black Widow. That's pretty nice. That's pretty sweet. But here's the winner.
Here's the winner of that winner chicken dinner on that Spider-Man Pog, dude.
All right. So now let's get into the final unboxing of the evening.
Okay.
And I do have some show-offs. We'll get to those a little bit later. All right.
Well, before we get into that unboxing, because I know what it is, right?
You do know what it is.
Before we get into that, we will get into that, but that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
All right.
But
let's see what we got. Anything in the chat? Yeah. Any questions? Let's see. The rush in the wrap. Want them in sealed and set and love those. Oh, okay, cool. Very cool. I have Marvel cards. I have 6 more. 6 more, and I don't necessarily plan on ripping any more. Let's see. The rush and the rip. I was shaking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was shaking a little bit.
Yeah, Marvelous Cards said that he actually has opened these before, so that's pretty cool.
Cool. Very cool. Very nice.
And then Brittany had some too. She opened, I think. They were sticking and all that.
Yeah. So you know what's interesting? Like, obviously they're so old, and the glue has just basically just condensed itself. And these ones specifically came from Argentina. These weren't in the States. So God only knows, like,
that sounds like fun, Brittany. Let's do it.
Where they're being stored or who's handling them, and you know they're old. So
yeah. All right, so I wanted to get into a couple questions, right? For Wolverine's comic shop, Joseph, and I kind of wanted to talk just a little bit about your personal collecting and what got you back into this flair of collecting. You know, what got you back into like creating content on Instagram, content on TikTok. Congratulations, over 1 million views. 1 million views. Holy crap. That's a viral video that went viral on TikTok. So that's pretty awesome for that. I couldn't even imagine.
You know what? Let's just kind of start there since you said it.
Okay.
Bam, I've been trending for 10 straight days. 10 straight days. You type in Wolverines comics and bang, I'm going to pop up right on TikTok. We're running right now 1.5 million views in 10 days, roughly about 100,000 views a day. I'm going to shout out to Des2Rad. Okay, Des2Rad is a dude on Instagram and on TikTok. And I remember he said this many years ago, basically 2-3 years ago. He said, don't stop. It only takes one. You might get one that has 1 view. You might get one that gets 100. It doesn't matter. Yeah. One day it'll happen. And, you know, sometimes it's the videos that you put no really time and effort into, right? Because the ones that you do end up getting nothing. And really, that's kind of really what happened here. As a matter of fact, I actually posted it on Instagram and then just reposted it on TikTok. And sure enough, it just went straight up viral.
Well, it had the perfect compilation of the comics and the sound. Just amazing.
Thank you very much, man.
Great stuff, man.
So yeah, how did this all start? Wow.
And you can talk about like the COVID. I don't know if that was part of it, like where as far as that goes, I know a lot of us collectors, while we were 90s collectors with stuff, we kind of like, you know, did our life, did a bunch of stuff, and then just got back into it the last couple of years. But I don't know how that is for you, but that's what I wanted to find out.
Yeah, cool. So just right off the bat, I originally got started collecting back in 1989 when I received my first book for my 9th birthday. All right. So fast forward all these years. I've been collecting all these years, but on and off, right? You know, in my 20s, middle 20s, I didn't have money, so you just couldn't buy books, right? So just kind of on and off throughout the years. Fast forwarding really to like 2019, 2017, I started getting into CGC Signature Series. It was actually 2017 where I purchased my first CGC Signature Series book, right?
Okay.
And signed books specifically for me go back all the way to when I was 13 years old. I used to go to the local mall and go meet like Joe Rubenstein and Louise Simonson. I used to have them sign my books. I still have in my collection today.
William, I see this question. We're gonna get to it, okay? Let's kind of let Joseph talk a little bit.
And so, you know, in 2019, you know, I was buying a little bit more, and really all I wanted to do was just kind of create an Instagram because I saw everybody else was sharing their collections, and I'm like, man, I got like over 3,000 books. Like these are books I've been collecting forever, and I got cards, and they're all originals. Like I just want to show them to everybody. And so I just kind of created. I was like, you know what? Let's just create Wolverine's Comic Shop. I love Wolverine. And I was actually I was scrolling through Instagram, and I was like Rage Theo and like Reggie Collects and like Bravo Collections and like Nerdpool. And I'm like, we're just gonna go Wolverine's Comic Shop. And that's how it started. That was it. And if you go back to my it's so horrible. If you go back to my very first YouTube, is I believe it's a Fantastic Four comic book unboxing. And I mean, it's just me at this table. I'm not even on video. There's no comic books anywhere. None of this is going on. And I'm just behind the scenes. I'm just talking. I just want people to see my stuff. And so
when was this?
This was 2019 going into 2020.
Okay. Nice.
And so really, like once 2020 kind of started rolling around, you know, obviously COVID started coming on, things started getting into lockdown, and I just kind of kept going, and just one video turned into another video that turned into, you know, a photo, and it just kept going, and I just kept building, and I just kept going through my collection. And then one day I said, you know what? Let's sell something. So Friday, February 5th, 2021, I have my first Instagram live claim sale.
Okay.
And that's it, man. That just basically set the journey of what you see today in Wolverine's Comic Shop, right?
That's cool. Yeah.
Just the evolution of just unboxing after unboxing, just bringing nostalgia to the community and education at the same time. I'm definitely going to pull out a book here in a little while. I'm going to educate a few of the people here in the chat, and that's it, man. I just love it. You know, I would love for one day to be able to do this full time, to be able to leave like my 9 to 5. I'm not want to be going and traveling to Comic Cons, but you know, that would be, you know, a dream, I guess, so to speak. So,
well, that's cool, man. And I mean, I'm not going to go into my story or anything like that, but in 2022, like 2021 was when I started getting back into collecting, picking up this and that, doing that, you know, picking up my first Hugh Jackman Wolverine auto, all this stuff, right? On a card and all that stuff. And it wasn't until the next year where I started selling, and it paid for all my pickups from the previous year with what I was doing. So similar to you, like I mean, my collection was what it is today because of the abilities that were happening with some of the sales and some of the, popular nostalgic stuff that was happening. And it just lit the fire back from my early collecting days. So
I'll tell you this. I feel that, right? That fire, that like, oh my God. Plus, I'm like, we're adults now. And oh shit, we actually do got some money. Okay? We can
yeah,
actually buy some
yeah,
stuff. But
yeah,
like books like this book would not have been possible without, the reselling and kind of going through my collection and pulling books out and finding books for other people's collection. That's what I love. When I usually sell a specific book out of my collection, and most of the times it's on eBay. I write a note with it. I tell
yeah.
them, I bought this book back in 1995, and so and I just tell them this is the story of the book. You can take it and continue that story, or just go and resell. So that's what I also love too, just kind of be able to bring the community and help people fill their collection. So it's cool.
Awesome. All right, we had some earlier questions. I just want to kind of jump back there, and then we'll jump back to you. I got a couple more questions for you.
Yeah, go for it.
But William, he mentioned Wolverine and Hulk, right? And when Wolverine gets eaten, no, Wolverine gets eaten by Hulk, right? I think it was in one of the Old Man Logan comics or something like that. And he gets eaten by Hulk, and then he regenerates inside Hulk's stomach and then just busts out. So I would have to say all time in all their fights, I know they fought so many times and Wolverine won, Hulk won, Wolverine won, Hulk won. But at the same time, how could you come back from someone like Wolverine getting eaten, regenerating all his stuff inside the Hulk, and then busting his claws out from the inside out? I'm sorry, Hulk dies.
Yeah. I'll say this. Wolverine kind of wins actually for kind of really one reason only. It's just he's smarter than the Hulk, right? I mean that it's just because at the end of the day, the Hulk would never figure out.
Not Bruce Banner.
Right. The Hulk, right? The Hulk would not figure out. I mean, there's only really one or two ways to kill Wolverine, and it's drowning him. You got to drown the dude. That's how he dies, because his lungs specifically cannot necessarily regenerate, or he doesn't necessarily die. You see, like in the end of the movie, where you just throw him at the bottom of the ocean, and that's it, and that's where he lives for the rest of his life. See, I think same thing. Wolverine wins every time.
Yeah, I'm all for that too. If anybody else has some things they can talk about for that, I'm all for it and hearing you out. But at the end of the day, it's just Wolverine. He's invincible to me. To me, he'll never die. So yeah. So cool. All right. So another question for you.
Yeah.
Is, so you like collecting comics. We see that. And you also, I'm sure, like Marvel. Are you into anything else other than comics, Marvel? We are not going to get into cards yet, but I just wanted to ask just that random question, if there's anything else nostalgic that is in your childhood that you collect, that you want to admit to.
I have I collect a bunch of weird shit. All right. So in the closet, okay, there are boxes and boxes of Italian porcelain antiques. It's just something that I got into. My grandmother was into it. They are really, really, really of high value. They're all wrapped. They just stay there, and maybe one day I'll sell them. Maybe one day I won't. I don't know, but they're there. I don't actively collect them, now today, but they're there. Outside of that, I do have a pretty robust coin collection.
Hey, no way.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
Foreign or U.S. or
no,
both?
all US, all
Oh,
US
okay,
coins. Nothing graded, nothing graded.
okay,
Just coins. I collected coins, and I got quite a lot of them. Outside of that, I don't think that there's anything else. Got the comic books. I mean, you know, there used to be, and I have a lot of them. There used to be these like mini little lithographs, back in the day. I don't even really know what they're called. They're actually like the size of like a backboard for a comic book. And I
okay.
used to I used to collect those and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Everything really stems from Marvel, DC, and I know you can't tell by everything that's going on here, but I'm a huge Superman fan. So
Superman.
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So I'm pretty excited that you said that. Because and we'll come back to Marvel, guys, no problem. But so Superman, I was a big fan of Smallville when it was on. And the reason being is because I liked the Christopher Reeves movies. I didn't watch like them to death. Like I watched them like once or twice, and knew who Superman was. But once they started this one older Superman on like the network TV, and it was some weird dude, like kind of older guy. It was actually in the oh geez, the in one of the oh, Supergirl. It's Supergirl's dad. And I don't know if you're up to speed with CW stuff, like Supergirl CW. It
So
was
I don't get
okay.
into any of the CW stuff
Okay.
outside of on the Flash.
Okay, outside the Flash. Okay. So Smallville was in the CW realm too. So if you didn't get into that. But the dad to the girl in Supergirl that was just probably the last 2020, 21, 22-ish time period is when Supergirl was. Um the dad was the original Superman in the ABC series or something of Superman. It was kind of funny.
Okay.
But ever since then, when they started Smallville, I was just all for it. Like I was a big fan of the Superman, more so than Spider-Man for for
Oh,
for
really?
for me. So I'm pretty excited that you said Superman because like I one day want to see, and they don't have to do it, but it would be nice to see DC do a really nice Marvel card set, because the Marvel card sets that they did in the 90s, some of them were good, the Batman ones and all that stuff, but they just really didn't catch on to DC. DC never really made great Marvel cards, like trading cards.
I
What I
agree.
want to see is a great DC trading card that has precious metal gems, and someday I want to own a Superman red PMG
That
or
would be
blue.
pretty epic. That would be
Doesn't
pretty
matter.
epic.
One of the
That'd
two.
be pretty epic. Yeah. So you know what? Like you, I grew up with Christopher Reeves.
Okay.
And look, I just always used to catch the reruns on TNT, TBS. It would always be on, right? And
Yeah.
so, getting into comics early on with Superman and X-Men and all that, and kind of growing up with the movies, it was just a natural progression,
Yeah.
for Superman as a whole. And I was never really a Batman guy, so I just
Mhm.
Superman and Wolverine. Those were my guys. And I'll share this with you. I've been on the hunt now it's been like 6 months. I am trying to purchase any Superman Golden Age comic between I can't own one, but between one and 50, right? One and
Action
50,
Comics
but
#1.
yeah, right. But no, Superman one to 50 right now. It's been some really, really, really close calls, around like the 45, 46, 47, right? These books are massively expensive, but yeah, I would love to add a Golden Age Superman, a 1 to 50 to the collection. It'd be
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome. I'm grateful for your goals because I have goals of mine as well. So, and I'm glad DC's part of it. So Marvel's not all about it's not all about Marvel all the time. But so for myself, and I'm sure you were, I mean, you're the same age as me, I found out. Um, I was into Ninja Turtles. Not sure if you were. I mean, I was a big Ninja Turtle fan. Had the figures, played with them, all that jazz, right?
For sure.
And then the 90s X-Men cartoon, there's a reason I didn't sleep in on Saturday mornings. Okay. I had to get my X-Men in.
I think we all did. Those
Exactly.
Saturday mornings were epic.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Okay, what is chat was asking? Are you Italian? Same family from Turin, Italy.
I'm Sicilian.
Sicilian, pretty close.
So
Hey,
yes.
and Zero Genesis 2003. Do you know him? He's from your channel.
Yes, I know Zero Jet. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Will, how we doing?
So welcome him in. What's up?
Welcome,
How's
Will.
it going?
Thank you so much for joining us, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. And there was another guy. Where'd you get that? I don't know if you know where'd you get that, but his comments way up above.
Where'd we get what?
He said hello. That's his name. Where'd you get that?
Oh.
not where'd you get that, but that's his name.
Man. All
right, here we go. I second the DC needing the release of real bang set of PMGs. That would be massive. Man, that would be so cool. If Upper Deck loses Marvel license, then they can pick up DC and make PMGs and jambalayas. Or DC can just be made by, I don't know, Tops or Panini. Panini, hopefully, because Panini's got some great Marvel cards. They kind of know how to work it sometimes. Panini does. So definitely. Okay, chat. Well, we actually do have a special part of this show. And when I say special part of this show, I put a little bit of it was a little hint on my thumbnail that it was going to be a special PSA reveal. I did not PSA Marvel card reveal. I did not say what it was, but Joseph is going to be able to reveal that shortly. And I'm actually pretty excited because Joseph, believe it or not, with all of my Wolverine Marvel cards, I do not own what you're going to reveal yet. So, that being said, why don't we get into your PSA reveal? And then once we get into that, we'll talk and all that stuff. And maybe, hopefully, Valor will be joining us and we can keep talking comics and cards.
Okay.
So, let's do
that.
This.
Sounds great. That sounds great. Okay. So going back a couple months ago while I was getting back into like these card collections and stuff like that, you know, I was in the process. I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier. I was completing an entire 1990 Marvel Universe Series 1 PSA 10 MVC. And it's completed. The unboxing's coming. It's really awesome. I was like bathing in Slabs. Okay. And so, you know, in this time, I came across this card, and I didn't know about this card. I did not know about this card at all. I discovered it, and when I saw it, I was like, I have to have it. And the price was pretty intense. The price was pretty intense, and so I waited, and I waited, and just one random night, you know, newly listed, bang, there it was for a very affordable price. And so here it is right now. I will share this also. This is the first I guess, is this like an authenticator? I've never gotten one of these like cool like eBay things.
So anything that is in a price range that eBay feels needs some sort of authentication, typically it's like $500 or more. sometimes it's like even 300 or more, just depending on the card. And like signatures and all that stuff, those are definitely sent into authentication and all that stuff. But what's funny is sometimes it's a crutch, because I actually bought a Wolverine autograph card from one of the sets, and eBay sent it back to them stating that they couldn't authenticate it for some reason. And I'm like, what? And so the guy just reached out to me. We just did a private deal and I was able to get it still. So,
Right.
but sometimes it's just kind of, why is this the case? But I mean, I actually don't think graded cards should be in this realm of authentication. They've already been authenticated by PSA. Why do they have to be authenticated
A second
again?
time.
Because here's the deal: is if the picture, right? If the picture is a PSA, right? You're gonna look up that number, right? In the pop report
Every
of
time.
PSA to authenticate that actual card. But I don't know. Either here nor there, they have it. So
All right.
all right, let's get into this. Joseph's
just-
like, I don't care. Just
we're gonna do well, because I've been waiting for such a long time to just get this thing out here and show it to everybody. This probably will forever stay in my collection. So let's just see how the hell I'm gonna.
Yeah, that is true, Captain Crockpot.
Okay.
PSA doesn't always label it correctly, so it could be missed. Woohoo! Tara Busey, guys. Do you see that?
There we go. I'm gonna take it out.
Those who are looking at this right now, those who don't know everything about Marvel cards, this is technically Wolverine's rookie card. Now, people can actually argue, because on the back of the card, and you can turn it to the back of the card, there are no stats of Wolverine. So someone could say, hey, this is the first card that Wolverine was on, but it's technically not his rookie because there's no stats. But at the same time, I consider it a rookie card. I consider Wolverine having multiple rookie cards. So this is definitely a great one. And you can't get any better than PSA 7. A lot. I mean, I've seen this as high as a PSA 9. Oh, there's Valor. Here we go. Valor just jumping in here.
Yeah, I mean, so I was really kind of deciding between a 7 and an 8. 7 and 8 is kind of really where I was at, and this 7 just kind of fell into my lap.
What's up, Valor?
Valor.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
what's going on, buddy?
Not a whole
check out
lot,
what we
man.
just unboxed, man. See that?
Yeah, let me make it big. Let me make it big. You over here, down here in the small corner. Let me make it big.
Sweet. Yeah, this card looks awesome, man. Oof. Too bad you guys don't, press and clean your cards, because this thing could definitely use a press and a clean.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, if only they'd let me not do it.
Oh no, you're
Thank
good. I beat you to it. Sorry, Valor.
No, you're good.
There you go. Wow. I can't believe this is here. This is so cool.
So Captain Crockpot brings up a good point here.
What do you say?
I kind of want to talk about it because you can explore the sports realm with Michael Jordan's, and specifically they talk about how Michael Jordan's rookie card is the 1997 rookie, and that's the rookie card, the Fleer rookie card, right? But then others fight and say that it was the Star series set, but Star wasn't really a big, huge brand. And so that's where Fleer came in. And so I will have to kind of explain to Captain Crockpot here. Rookie card, this is his first probably appearance on card, I would say.
It is.
Is what you would say?
Yeah.
But as far as rookie card, it could be debatable just because of the fact that there's no stats on it. And the very first stats that we see, I believe it was a 1990 Impel.
Yeah, the Jim Lee.
the Jim Lee one, because
Is
on
it-
the back it's got stats. Now there's 1988, 1989, 1990 cards of actually different companies that did Wolverine, but they didn't have full statistics on the back where they do on the 1990 Impel. So,
And that's kind of really what makes the 1990 Impel such a special set, is where you had those stats cards, so then you could kind of have fun with your buddies as a kid and answer those questions of, well, who's stronger than the Hulk? And then, like, the Hulk strength stat is already at 10, and Captain America's at a 9. It's like, well, the Hulk is just the strongest there is, so there is no comparison.
I definitely meant 1986. Sorry, Interglobal. Thanks for correcting me. I was like 1997 Michael Jordan. It's like, no, not the 97. 1986, but the star was from 1984. That is correct. So
I know I'm late to the party, but have you guys already gotten to geek out over Joseph's backdrop with these beautiful slabs that have yellow labels?
Yeah, no, we talked about that, but we can talk about it more. It's completely fine.
Talk to me, Daniel. What do you got?
All right, so you've got, what, 12 books behind you? Out of those 12 books, which one's your favorite? Like, which one's your favorite personally, and then which one do you think?
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Well, yes, you can guess.
It's really hard to get. It's really hard. It's really hard for me to guess, but I would have to go with the Hulk 181, not just the reprint, but also the Frank Miller. I'm guessing here, but that Frank Miller cover of Wolverine's pretty dang sweet.
So it's going to be both these two. These are by far my two favorite covers and favorite books. There's an unboxing coming for the two of these, and I'll just share with you that just blew me, because these are from the personal collection, right? These are from the personal collection. They've been here for a really long time, and I just cannot believe that they came back as 9.8. So let's just put that down. Right? It's just mind blown. So yeah, I would say that those two books are right now, and they just came back from the Chris Claremont signing.
Okay. Yeah.
And I opted for gold. As a matter of fact, this book and the other Wolverine one there is part of my how to window bag and board. How to window bag and board your comic books for a CGC Signature Series event. So, yeah.
Right, and if you guys haven't seen that video, it's a great tutorial. Like, it's a step-by-step, in-depth, answers all the questions that you may have when it comes to sending your own books off for grading. So if you're nervous about it or you're not sure how it works, you can check out that video, and it's just a great resource to have for new people into the hobbies and the whole comic community as well.
Now, I should have did a segue to bring you in, Valor. This is what I was going to do.
You're good.
Totally didn't. Totally botched it. But I was going to be like, hey, Joseph, I have a question for you. Who do you use for your comic presser and comic cleaner to send to your books to CGC?
Yeah, that's going to be Valor Comics.
Valor Comic Services. Woo woo.
Oh yeah. So actually, I think I was sharing with you before the show, and I was talking to him today. Who do we have a set of books and submissions coming to you, sir? They are. Well, screw it, man. Let's just go get them.
Hell yeah.
Let's just go get them. Let's get them and show them to you, because I mean, these are books that you just don't see every day. I mean, you do see them every day, but you don't necessarily see them every day in this grade. And my man, Valor Comic Services, is going to press and clean every last damn one of them, because this is going to be basically the last hurrah for Roy Thomas. So we have a Luke Cage Hero for Hire number 1, 8.5.
It's a beautiful
Roy Thomas created Luke Cage, and so that's why we're going to get that one. Then we got a Marvel Premiere number 15. This is a first appearance of Iron Fist, 9.4, in the off-white to white pages. This is a Roy Thomas story, and Roy Thomas created, or he's one of the co-creators of Iron Fist.
On the topic of that book, real quick, before we get into Star Wars, would you think that with Iron Fist, since the Netflix show was a flop, like hardly anybody came out of the woodwork saying go watch it, it was amazing. Would you think because the reception of that was so poorly that because of it, the Marvel premiere is an undervalued key?
Yes, I do. That's why I picked it up. So when I originally started getting into wanting to get this book, I was actually going to buy it from the Fantastic Collection. Okay. They had it up. I was going to buy it in a night.
Quick. This video
was brought
to you by Valor Comic Services.
It's not brought
Sorry, Derp said it was kind of funny.
So I had seen it in 9.6 white pages, and I wanted to purchase it from the Fantastic Collection, and then send that sucker off to Roy Thomas so I can get the gold label with the Fantastic label and everything all into one. And so, yeah, I just felt at the price that it's at right now and where it was previously, regardless of any rumors or anything like that, I do believe that it's an undervalued key. And I'm just looking and very excited to be able to send it to you for pressing and cleaning, and then off to Roy Thomas for the CGC Signature Series event.
Well, I'm very excited to work on it. Like anytime you have a big substantial key, like such as the first Iron Fist, and it's in a high grade, it always gets to bring a new element of enjoyment to that book because it's not often you get to see them in high grades. And it just kind of always brings a new appreciation for that book as well. Because there's a lot of books that I've gotten to work on that I may have like known about, seen it, acknowledged what it was, but until I got to like actually put my hands on it and be able to flip through the pages, because you got to do a page count. So while I'm doing a page count, I might as well read the book and enjoy it for what it is. A good example is like this book right here, since William Johnson's talking about it, is Marvel Spotlight 5, first appearance of Ghost Rider. This is actually one of my favorite comic books of all time because of that reason. Like, of course, it's first Ghost Rider, it's notable, but then whenever I got to work on it, and I got to read the story, and was like, holy crap, this book is amazing.
I need that book.
Now, Joseph, you were like,
I need that book.
You were drooling over that book just for a second.
Because so Roy Thomas created Ghost Rider, and I'm on this mission right now.
William Johnson wants it
to get as many first appearances and Roy Thomas created characters, and that was one of the books that I was looking to add to this run that I was going to send over to Valor. So let me finish. We just got three more. That's it.
I didn't mean to Kanye yet. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you stole a little bit of fire from him, but it's okay. We'll keep going.
I'm gonna let him.
So we got a Star Wars #1, white pages 9.4 newsstand. We got a Hulk 180, the first appearance of Wolverine. Notice I didn't use the word cameo because it's a BS word. It's made up. It does not exist. It's fake.
I agree with you, Joseph.
And then to round out the bunch, man, we have, this is the book I was talking to you about. This book has been with me for such a long time, and I've always wanted to resend it in because it's the old crappy, case. And
right.
There's nobody I want to work on this book than this man right here. That's it. Whether it comes back a 9.2 or not does not make a difference. The fact that I gave an opportunity for him to be able to work on it and either retain the grade or just get it back from the CGC Signature Series, I'm stoked. It's a 9.2 white pager.
I sent Valor 30 books and I got 19 9.8 back. 19 9.8 backs. So that was pretty sweet. Pretty awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
That means more than you know, guys. Like, I deeply appreciate that. Like, anybody that sends me a book, I appreciate it. Like, you never had to. You didn't have to choose me. Plenty of people that can press books far better than I. So I'm always humbled that someone chooses me to work on their.
Well, here it is. It's actually the love that you put into not only the books but the person you're dealing with. I mean, this guy Valor. Okay, I'm gonna out you for a second.
You don't have
we met up at a trade show in was it Dallas? It was
Yeah,
Dallas.
it was the Dallas Card Show.
Dallas Card Show. And he brings back the comics that didn't get like they didn't pass the 9.0 realm, right? They didn't pass his 9.0 realm where he's like, I don't think I can get a higher than an 8 something on this, or I can't get a 9 on it. So we actually kept some books aside. He brought me these books, but then here's the deal. I had one of the books that I wanted to create a 3-book version. Well, it's a 4-book series. You guys are going to see this. This is the first book of the series. Green. Spider-Man here, the hologram cover. And then the red.
I love those. Oh, man.
And then the green. And because I didn't send in my black version, because he's like, I don't think it's going to get a really high grade, all that jazz. At the show, he gave me a 7.5 of that book. And it's the Spider-Man 2099 first appearance in that book. And that was just amazing. I didn't even like, I wasn't really a good friend at that point. Like, we just had met and all that stuff. And we did a video together because of CGC, and I trusted him. And we had some great conversations before. But it wasn't until then that I'm like, you know what? This guy, he's a true friend, a true collector that looks out for collectors. So
He does.
props to you, Valor. Appreciate you, bud.
Thank you for sharing that, Josh, because
Yeah,
it means a lot. I don't know what else to say other than just touched by it. I'm blessed by anybody that trusts me and all the friends that I've made in the community.
awesome. Cool stuff. Here, what are we going to...
He did it. You did this. So when I sent you this book wasn't anything better than a 2.5, a 3.0.
Really?
So, oh, yeah. I forgot. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, I sent that to him.
Well, I know I've worked on your books before, but I can't remember exactly which books they were.
All square bounds. They were square bound books.
Oh, yeah.
All square bound books. So.
Side note, not every presser will work on square bounds.
Exactly. Bang! Carve out that niche.
Yeah.
What do we got
I'll
here?
do it.
He said, who says, so why are we saying the Star Wars could be counterfeit? I'm curious. I can
Oh,
assure you.
no. He's talking about the star rookie of Michael Jordan.
Oh, the Star Rookie.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, okay. Sorry.
Yep.
It's a star. I thought maybe Star was for short.
No,
for Star
you're good.
Wars.
You're good.
All right.
So there's a good question for you, Valor, I think.
The Deadpool 2 add value to the first appearance of Fire Fist? I believe you're talking about the kid from Deadpool 2. The one that ended up, he was like the primary character outside of Deadpool, where it was the kid that they had to go back and change time because he was going to destroy things. I think that was a character that was created for the film. Either that or it was just such a low C-list character that I've never heard of him.
Interesting. I don't know either.
I'll look it up real quick while we're chatting. It's not going to hurt anything.
Did you see my my pickup that I showed?
I didn't.
So this is my first CGC Marvel card, believe it or not. And
Is that from 2007?
2008 Marvel Masterpieces.
Yeah.
Yep. It's very, very hard to distinguish 2007 and 2008 if you don't know the sets and all that, because I was very confused as well. I actually thought it was like those who watched or those who listen or watch the MCCW podcast. I was on this last one a couple weeks back. We talked about these Marvel Masterpiece cards because I thought it was similar to 2016 Joe Jusko, because some cards say 2015 Joe Jusko. And so I thought it was just originally, I thought there was only one set back in 2007 and 2008. And they just basically like there was one set, but there was actually 3 sets of the Marvel Masterpieces pretty crazy back in the back then. So pretty cool. So, but I picked this one up. It was my very first CGC pickup. I hadn't graded any because I have about 150 cards that I was setting aside, but I just don't have the fundage going to SDCC to be able to do that. So I won't be able to get the blue labels on a bunch of my PC. So
Caprock, that was Iron Fist. Iron Fist, not Fire Fist. Iron Fist.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick and show you guys what we are referencing. So Rusty Collins is Fire Fist. Russell Collins is the kid from Deadpool 2. So right here, Fire Fist was portrayed in 2018 film Deadpool 2. So it's a legit character that first appeared in X Factor #1.
Oh shit.
So I'm sure that had an impact on X Factor #1 whenever it was announced, because that's just kind of the norm.
Did you mention Iron Fist or Fire Fist when you wanted to?
Joseph's talking about Iron Fist.
Oh yeah, that's what I saw. That's what I
this character from the Deadpool movie is called Fire Fist, which is easy to mistake. But that's a bottom tier character that I've never even heard of.
No, you're good. He just misunderstood. It's all good.
No apologies needed. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're good. What's up, Melfi? How's it going, bud? All right, cool. Well, Valor, I'm glad you're able to join us tonight. I really wanted you to come on to join me tonight with Wolverine's comic shop, mainly because I feel you're a big, huge part of the Marvel card to comic realm, and you've helped not only you gotten into a lot of Marvel cards, Valor, but I feel you're kind of a bridge between some of the comic guys as well as Marvel card guys. So I just wanted to bring you in, because anytime I can have you on the show, you're welcome. You know this, right?
Oh, thank you, my friend. I can hang with anybody. We talk about Marvel cards, Marvel comics, DC. I can talk about DC more than I can Marvel, but anything but sports, I got you.
Well, we were just talking about Superman not too long ago, so
we can talk about Superman. That's cool.
Why are we talking about all the comics behind me, man? What about all the comics behind you? Like, I'm trying to, like, what the hell's going on up here? I'm trying to see. I'm like, what is that? I definitely see Phoenix. That looks pretty cool. As a matter of fact, I know she's not up here right now.
That's the lithograph from the first Sundown, right?
No, I hate it. Yeah. So behind me,
yeah, that thing's cool.
So that is a lithograph from artists Fred and Ian. That was a Marvel card set that was on ePack, which was digital only, which could then be redeemed for a physical card. And if you built the base set, then they sent you that lithograph.
Yeah.
And that lithograph is actually signed by the artist.
That's sweet.
So that's really cool. Like, say, I've got other friends that I've met through doing Comic Cons that ended up getting into Marvel cards later on. And one person in particular, their favorite character was Phoenix. Like, hey, I want to get some Phoenix cards. Like, what would you say I should look at? First thing you can get is that card right there, because there's hardly a better Phoenix card than that. Just the representation of it is beautiful. Trying to think.
Yeah, man, I see some yellow labels back there. You got a wall, man. That's a solid wall. All right, you got 3 rows. I only got 2.
Okay? He not only has a wall, but all of that's a custom drawer cabinet that you see back there. Those are drawers that actually come out. Yeah. And I just have to say that if you could patent something like that, Valor, that is amazing.
Yeah, I think that cabinet holds 180 slabs.
Have you done a video on that?
Cool.
You did.
That would take it for me to show all my slabs would take 2 hours. And
but you need to do a video on just at least showing the cabinet, because that's just that's so cool.
Awesome. Come on, bro, make me a reel. make me a reel.
What age is your poison? You like golden age, silver, copper, bronze?
Are you holding out on us? You got golden age back there?
Yeah, that whole top row is golden age.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So the
we were talking earlier before. I've been on the hunt for a couple months now. A Golden Age Superman. You know, it's 1 of 50 if I can get my hands on one. Really difficult, but that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Give me 2 seconds and I got you. And we're going to go on a room tour. Don't really want to go on a room tour, but here we are and we're doing it.
Here we go. Room tour, baby.
I'm removing this camera, though.
Rohan, I think it is. I see him, too. I see exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. That's impressive. Congratulations. What the hell am I doing wrong?
I'm going to do that.
It's just turned into the Valid Comics service show.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll add the camera there.
Okay. Trying to figure out the best way to do this because there's a lot. I don't really want me standing on a step stool with my ass out.
Oh man, you don't have to get all too crazy if if it's too much.
We can remove that camera. Add that camera. Can you hear us, Valor? All right, his audio's on there, so he's got to have that. Okay.
Whatever. Roll Tide. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so I'll just go over here and stop it.
Rohan, we're about to get a glimpse, man. I'm starting to sweat. I'm starting to sweat.
All right, so Golden Age starts over here. This first book's not, but that's the 701 First Black Mana. Then you got Wonder Woman number 9, it's First Giganta.
Wow.
And you got Action Comics 64, First Toymaster.
That's awesome.
You've got Tech 140, First Riddler.
I'm geeking out right now.
Superboy 68, First Bizarro. World's Finest number 3, first appearance of Scarecrow. Action Comics 23, first appearance of Lex Luthor.
Wow.
That book is very special to me because almost at the day when that book turns 100, my son will turn 20 with it. So it's like a special book just for him.
Wow.
That's cool.
And we've got Showcase, I believe number 8, first Captain Cold.
Wow, you have an amazing collection. That is a wall of the grails. They just grails.
Yeah, that's
holy
so cool.
Grails. They're not
cool.
grails. These are holy grails.
Wonder Woman number 6, first Cheetah. All American Comics 61, first Solomon Grundy. Flash 106, first Gorilla Grodd. Action 242, first Brainiac. Green Lantern 7, first Sinestro. And then this one over here is Detective Comics number 40. It's the first appearance of Clayface, but it's also the first cover appearance of the Joker. So that little bit right there, that's the Joker.
That's cool.
And that's
That is
a
very
4/5
cool.
signed by Jerry Robinson. I don't think I need that now.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for showing that was Golden Age. My goodness.
You've got first Two-Face, first Killer Moth, first Poison Ivy, Silver Age Two-Face, first Firefly, first Mad Hatter, first Mr. Freeze, first Deadshot, first Man-Bat.
It's nice to come across a DC comic collector every now and then. I like this stuff.
Here on Marvel Madness MCU, we do care.
I definitely care. I actually just got this, and I showed the card guys, and they didn't care.
I've been on the hunt for this. Rohan knows I've been
that's
on the
cool,
hunt for
man.
this book for quite some time right now. Just looking for the right one at the right price. Beautiful 6.5, man.
Yeah, I like
exactly.
that one.
Share it to the card guys. Like, I got a 6.5 Avengers 1. And like, that's cool. Why is it not a 10? You guys, and then that's
Oh man, first
180.
appearance of Thor.
Yeah, so it's a first appearance of Thor, and that's signed by Chris Hemsworth.
Oh damn.
And then this whole book, it's signed by Lou Ferrigno, but I actually have this comic book cover tattooed on my forearm. So we've got
That is cool.
Secrets, 92 and a 7, a Hulk number 1 and a 1.5, X-Men 1 and a 2.0, a FF5 and a 1.0. This one's really cool because it's got an import stamp down here in the corner.
Yeah, I appreciate
Oh,
that.
that is cool.
And then
I love date stamps and stamps like that. It just kind of brings a little bit something else to the book, you know?
oh, it's a niche for sure.
Holy shit.
There's another copy of Avengers number 1.
So here's Valor's custom cabinet that he.
Just out of curiosity, do you do trades?
Do I trade?
Yeah.
Depends on what it is, but I love trading. To be honest with you, like if everybody's happy, I love a good trade.
I mean, personally myself, I would love to trade. I've never actually completed a trade yet ever in my comic book collecting career.
Got a 9.0 Okay, so with a bit of humility, I often forget what I have until I start looking at it.
Hey, me too. Me too. Me too. I mean, I'm sure all of us have always, man, I want this book. I want this book. You buy it, you go home, you're like, oh damn, I already got like 2 of them.
This is one of my favorites. It's a 9.8 first appearance of Bane, where it's signed and sketched twice, and then it's also signed by Tom Hardy. And then on the date that it was signed, not sure if the camera will pick it up or not, but it was signed by Tom Hardy back in 2011, which I think that may have been the same year that The Dark Knight Rises was released.
Rohan, trade for an Avengers 1 and then sell it to me.
We got a 9.6.
That's epic, man. You know what? We gotta get you on CGC Spotlight alum. I mean, they put me on CGC Spotlight. You belong on CGC Spotlight.
See, I feel like, but I feel like my collection doesn't belong there. Like,
mine certainly doesn't after seeing yours. Yeah, are you kidding me? Your collection certainly belongs on CGC Spotlight. I'm writing that down. I need a pen because if I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget. It's called short-term memory loss, friends.
A big book that's not on the wall is Tales to Astonish 27. This is the first appearance of Hank Pym that becomes Ant-Man in a 3.0. That's actually a really rare book. This is the first appearance of Doctor Strange in a 1.0.
I feel like I just got taken to a museum, man. This is just
And then
there are certain books you don't see every day.
Superman number 30 and a 2.0 first appearance of Mystic.
Well, you know, after all this, I'm certainly not gonna be showing any more of my comic books.
There's a Deadpool for catching crocodiles.
Jesus, they just keep coming.
9.2 Hobgoblin. 9.0 Miss 18. There's my hero.
Yeah.
This is signed by Mike Coulter, the actor that played Luke Cage from the Netflix series. He signed it down here. So it says his name, then AKA Luke Cage, Sweet Christmas.
If my memory serves me correctly, which it usually doesn't, I believe there's only about 275 signed copies of Luke Cage Hero for Hire, and the total CGC census on the book is like 4,000 or 5,000. So
really?
you're in the winner's seat all day.
Huh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's why I'm sending one.
A 9.6 first Cable. I'll put that to the side because we'll talk about that in a second. Long shot, 6-0 Dracula, Sleeve, 3-5 First Loki.
I rewatched the last episode of Loki today.
7-5 First Blade.
Wow.
8-5 First Sabretooth. Red Hulk. 5-0 Bullseye. Just a really sweet cover by Boss Logic. Simon Bianchi, who did Marvel Masterpieces 2018. He did this cover for
Absolutely no. Oh, come on. Mr. Jayhawk fan, yes, you are right. This is an amazing collection. Do that all the time with cards.
This one is one that I just picked up, and it's 9/8 Batman 386. His first appearance in Black Mask. It's a really great book, and it's pretty affordable. A book that's slept on more times than it needs to be is Brave and the Bold 28.
Oh man, I want that book so bad.
And I don't know if you know this, Joseph, or not, but with this book, so it's the first appearance of the Justice League, but it's also the first cover appearance of Martian Manhunter and Aquaman.
Oh wow. Did not know that.
A lot of people don't know. Then you got Venom number 3, First Knoll, signed by Stegman. Classic cover by Delgado. This one's cool. So it's a Walking Dead 100. It's a comic.
That is cool.
It's signed by Charlie Adler and Robert Kirkman, but it's also signed by Jeffrey D. Morgan with the inscription in red that says, "I will shut that shit down."
That's dope.
So that one's a really cool PC book. We got 8-0 Full by Night. DMX is my favorite rapper, so we got Wolverine number 1, the hip hop homage to DMX. Wonder Woman 9/6, Apocalypse 9-0 Emma Frost and Bride. The classic Wolverine cover signed by Silvestri and 9/6 Newsstand. My 4-0 Giant Size X-Men. Fun Halloween book of Trick or Treat.
William, because at the end of the day, he's like a second tier villain. So he's just always going to kind of remain there.
So this is a Wildcats number 1 newsstand, but it's sketched by Jim Lee.
That's a one of a kind. Damn.
It's unique. For sure.
I'm really impressed, man.
Here's the first appearance of Toxin in 9/6 with Toxin sketched on the cover by Clayton Crane.
Well, Sabretooth is popular when Wolverine's in the same view.
Here's Daredevil number 1. Here's one, Spawn 29, or not Spawn, but Spider-Man 298. This is double signed by Stan Lee.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah,
We don't have to go through it all, Valor. We don't.
Yeah, we'll be here till doomsday.
Some of the stuff for later, you know.
We'll be here till doomsday.
I tried to tell you it would take me 2 hours to go through everything, and you see speed rolling it.
Well, I expect a thorough video someday.
Good luck. I haven't done one yet.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for showing that to us, man. I mean,
you,
those are some books you don't see them quite often. Like Rohan was saying, like that first appearance of Lex Luthor, my goodness.
Yeah, so Golden Age is incredibly rare. And then this is my stack of books that, for me, that I've still got to work on, like out of my personal batch. So you got Spider-Man 10.
Yes. Yes,
7,
he was. We can talk about that in a second.
5.
Derp didn't want it to. He didn't want it to end. He wanted to keep going.
We can keep going. There's just some really big.
Derp, we got to save some for later. You know what I mean?
He is very humble. We appreciate you sharing.
Extremely humble. So yeah, to answer your question, Roy Thomas did create Man-Thing. As a matter of fact, I do have a Man-Thing #1, Volume 2 that I was going to send off just because obviously he created him. He didn't write the story or anything like that, but I'm like, I really want to keep this as a 9/8. I'm not going to take any risk there. So it's surprising, and this came up because I watched the Stan Lee documentary. I was like, all right, I've always known like Roy Thomas, but I started looking in. I was like, oh my God, he either created or co-created a number of different characters within the universe. And so it was like, all right, this is the opportunity right here. Let's just go kind of grab it. So
yeah. Well, that's so cool. Now Valor's got some great stuff, and he's just a great asset to the community with what he does for pressing, cleaning, and he'll do it all for you. Send it to CGC for you and everything. So definitely awesome there, Valor. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you making me dig it out. So I look at stuff all the time, and I don't look at it.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Well, I see some future trading maybe possibly for you.
I say it humbly, like I'm casually saying it's cool, but if you were a comic book collector and you just came in and saw all this, your jaw would probably drop.
What's your address again?
It's I can't remember.
I'm so kidding, Daniel. Where do I send those comics?
When I was digging things out, I did want to show this book. So this is and we'll make it big that way you can see it a little bit better. So this is X-Men #4. It's the first appearance of Omega Red. It's not a big book by any means. But you see the grade, how it's a 4.0. Nobody would ever want a 4.0 because you can just buy it raw like at any flea market or local comic book shop, and it's going to grade higher than a 4. Well, when I first started pressing, there's a technique that you have to do with pressing where you have to use silicone release paper to pressure books. Well, I was using wax paper, and that's a no-no because wax paper has actual wax in it. So the first few books that I had pressed, they got graded, they came back fine. Well, this got a 4. And it was like, well, why did this get a 4? That makes no sense. This book looks flawless. And the wax transferred from the paper to the comic. And it's covered in brown spots from that wax. So it was a really huge, like, oh, crap. It's just a giant learning opportunity of what not to do. So I held on to it as a reminder of what not to do. But there's
okay.
I
actually destroyed a Silver Age key a couple months ago. The unboxing is coming. It was hard. It's heartbreaking. We can't talk about it. you gotta just watch the video. DM me. It's intense. It's freaking intense. It's one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in my life, but it was a learning lesson, and I'll know never to do it ever again.
How did you destroy it? Like, you don't have to go into details about what it was, but what was the lesson that you learned? Plastic
can easily melt.
Yes.
Let's just leave it at that. Plastic can easily melt, and you'll see. There was a couple of experiments. We tried some things out, and it freaking went to hell. It's a Stan Lee Signature Series book as well.
Oh no!
And yeah, I personally destroyed it.
Well, I hate that for you, man. I hate that you had to learn that lesson, but it's the funny thing about lessons, you learn them.
I've personally seen friends of mine crack cards, and some of them being precious metal gems, and opening it with the screwdriver and jabbing the card.
I've done that. I've done that on a stream.
Woo! And some of them pretty valuable too. Crazy. Well, Joseph,
you're welcome. Yes.
With your comics, right? And your Wolverine collection, Can I ask you, do you only see yourself collecting comics from now on? How interested are you in learning more about Marvel cards, if any? Just asking in general. Does it fascinate you at all, with some of the stuff that I have, some of the stuff you've seen? Where's your stance on Marvel cards currently right now? I mean, obviously, your comics mainly, but
Yeah, I wish I could be more like Valor, right? I don't even think my brain has the capacity to like understand like vibranium cards and diamond this and diamond that. One of the things that I keep seeing, and I don't know how I'm going to get my hands on one because they're so damn limited, and it appears that they're already in the market, is the Spider-Man like comic clippings that came, I guess, in some Spidey power boxes or something like that. It's from
Kind of like that.
yeah, so it's the actual from Amazing Fantasy number 15.
oh, he's talking about the comic cuts.
Yeah.
Yes, the comic cuts. Like that is
yeah.
like that blows me away. I'm like
So-
completely interested, obviously,
On that-
in that. And I mean, just the nostalgia of like, the new cards that you guys keep kind of bringing out, and it's awesome. Like, who's not going to love the new Marvel Masterpiece like set that's going to be coming out? I started with the first collection. I would go to the store and buy, individual packs. So yes, I am, but I don't think my wallet and my brain has the capacity to do.
But to tie that back to the question Josh asked you between comics and cards and the bridge between, if you want to know how you close that gap between comics and cards, comic cuts are how you do it. Because if you're a comic book fan, you're going to recognize what it is and you're going to know the significance of it.
Yeah.
And as a card fan, you're going to be looking at it because it's a serial number card. Like, say, this card that I keep holding up, it's a comic cut from Amazing Spider-Man number 4, the first appearance of the Sandman, and this panel is the first panel appearance of Sandman.
See, that's awesome.
So with comic cuts, you can find those opportunities of like, oh, this is the first appearance of this person in the panel. If you can find the panel of the Thanos snap and all tons of characters all throughout.
And just curious, that card specifically, is that like a one of one or
Yes and no. No, because on the back of the card it's numbered 48 out of 53. Yes, because you can't have the same panel. So even though it's numbered out of 53 cards within it, each card each 53 cards has its own unique panel. One can't be the same.
So you mentioned the Amazing Fantasy 15 that's numbered to 15. There's only 15 cards out of that Amazing Fantasy book.
Mm-hmm.
It's all different panels of
Right.
that book. So pretty sweet.
Like one of our friends, he has one of those. He has an Amazing Fantasy 15 cut. And the clip that he has is the first time that Spider-Man uses his wedding.
Oh man. See, that's epic.
Yeah, and then there's another comic cut, same thing, numbered out of 15, but the panel is the spider bite.
Well, and I don't want to get way into this because this is like kind of way over your head, but I don't, I want to just briefly explain. Me and Valor aren't big Marvel card whales here. We don't have like limited access to money, right? Like, so there are some Marvel card collectors that go on the Upper Deck EPAC realm just for achievements from these comic achievements. There are comic books that are separated into 16 different cards. You can actually get that whole panel as an achievement.
Yeah.
When you hit certain numbers and all that stuff on, I mean, these guys are probably spending $50,000 to $100,000 to $250,000 on this product to get these specific achievements because there's only one of them.
That's incredible. I wasn't aware that there were so many. I thought it was just the AF-15s. I didn't realize that there are more of these, what do they call them, comic
Cuts.
cut panel cards.
All you have to do is type in comic cuts. Like I'll send you
comic
some
cuts.
info later on when we get off of here,
Cool.
just to help. But you can go on eBay, type in Marvel comic cuts, and it'll start showing what's available. But there's a number of all kinds of key issues that would be up your alley. They have comic cuts from Giant Size X-Men #1. There's previous comic cuts from Incredible Hulk 180, 181. Like pretty much every major Wolverine comic, there's comic cuts available out there.
Oh shit! Okay,
And
cool.
then they take it a step further. Like there's Roy Thomas signed comic cuts that are currently in the set. So you have a card much like this, and it'll have a panel down here that's hand signed by Roy Thomas, and then that will be numbered out of 10. And again, each panel is a different comic book panel.
And I'm glad you brought that up as far as bridging the gap between comics and cards, because with comic cuts, it's a huge part of that, you know. But as Valor got into stuff, you actually, after getting into it too, people just fall in love with the art in these cards and how amazing some of these cards that you hold in your hand are. And so it's just been fascinating seeing some people like Valor, some collectors like Valor, come from comics and be part of this whole community of Marvel cards, because I see it as a value to be able to bring in Marvel comic collectors. And then I've actually collected comics since I've been doing cards. So like it's just kind of like a whole collector realm, you know, that we can both live in.
Oh, absolutely. We got a comment from my buddy Zach that's complimenting you, Joseph. He's complimenting your slab wall behind you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
No, me and Valor were chatting because we are on the Marvel Roundtable together every week when we can join, when we don't have family obligations. But we were talking about that we were trying to get you as a guest on there too, you know. And so I was like, hey, I have him scheduled for Marvel Bros, and that's when I brought Valor in for this, because he was excited that you were coming on.
Yeah, he had mentioned it to me, so I told him, I don't really know a lot about Marvel cards.
So I have to. I think it too. You're good.
Yeah. But yes, you told me I had an open invitation. Just feel free to reach out anytime, and we can certainly set a date for that. I think that would be awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
I appreciate it.
One thing that's special about the roundtable that has been doing more and more is we have artists, like sketch artists, will come on and they'll do a live drawing of a sketch card, and we'll interview them and hang out. So it'd be really cool to try to get you on at a time that happens as well, because then you'll have plenty of people in the comments asking questions. You'll be able to gain more knowledge than you had before about cards if that's your interest. But really just watching these artists draw on a card that is that big, and the detail and passion that they'll put onto something is just really special.
Hey, Valor, did you see his mail pickup earlier in the show?
The Wolverine rookie?
No, it was some Spawn cards.
Oh, then no. Oh, cool. The chromium Spawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found him. I saw him, he was going for a good price. The box obviously sealed. It was like completely perfect. All the corners were awesome. I said, all right, man, let's just go for it.
Yeah. It's certainly a fun set. Have you seen any of because you know as well as I do that the Todd McFarlane signing that happened last year and over to this year had a flood of things getting signed just for him. Have you seen any of the cards that have came back from those signings?
Yes, I was logged into a few of Spidey Hits, and he was unboxing a lot of the Todd McFarlane. He had a few guys come on, and man, some of those cards, especially the one of ones, it's just they're magnificent, absolutely magnificent, and so cool that they're in the actual CGC case label with all of it, and now they'll truly be like a one of one, because you'll never be able to get that ever again.
Right.
Yeah, our boy Jin had a bunch of them too. A bunch
yeah.
of Venom cards that he sent in with Todd McFarlane. He sent in like 9 or 10 of them, and got them back and all that. They were precious metal gems and all that. They were cool, very cool.
My buddy Zach's talking about that the Spawn set's a killer set. He wants to try to finish out the holograms that are in it. It's fun. Like if you're a Todd McFarlane fan, that's a cheap, affordable set to just sit back and enjoy. Like you don't have to go buy books. You don't have to worry about this, that, or the other. You can just enjoy a pile of Todd McFarlane art.
Yep.
In your hand. It's great.
You know what I actually picked up, and I don't even have it tucked away in the closet. I picked it up like 4 or 5 months ago. I didn't even bother to unbox it. I just kind of like found it. It was like, it's a set of it comes in a metal tin. It's a set of 12 cards, metal cards.
Yeah.
I believe it's from like 1996, 98.
1996.
John Romito Jr. and John Romito, cards. And I had never seen it before. I think it was, sealed up. I think it was going just for like $50-$60. And I was like,
was it the X-Men or Spider-Man or what?
Why the hell not? It's their Spider-Man, all Spider-Man cards.
Yeah.
You're familiar with that? Yeah, I don't even know what it was, but I was like, man,
they have X-Men, they have Spider-Man. Yeah, those are the old school team metal cards is what they're called.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. It's like, what the hell? Why not?
Pretty awesome. Yep. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on. I mean, I wanted to really talk about you as a collector, and just kind of your background and everything like that. And having that Tarabusi Wolverine card, congrats on that. That's just very sick, very awesome. You even showed the Wolverine one as well, right? I just had it on the side. No, that's completely full, and that's a 10, right? That's a 10.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. And just having that, it's just classic. That's so sick. But I want to welcome you to the Marvel card community anytime you want. And thank you, my friend. I'd love to be on a live with you, whether it's on the round table, talking to artists, or even opening some of the newer product that's coming out. Valor and we do a lot of box breaks too, new product, and we'd love for you to come on and just kind of enjoy the art and all that stuff. So we'll definitely have you on. I would be absolutely honored, man. You guys can have me on anytime. This was a whole lot of fun. This is my first live. This has been awesome. We were only supposed to go about an hour and a half. We've been on for an hour and 45 minutes. I feel like I could do this all night. I'm about to get saucy here. It's about to be 1 a.m. on the East Coast. I'm gonna get saucy here in a second. The wife never came home. The kid never came home. The house is empty. Got to get wild up in here. Well, I do want to ask you where we can find you. There's multiple platforms we can find you. So if you can, let us know where they can find you, and please go to the places he tells you to go. So, guys, Wolverines _comic shop everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, whatnot, the Drip app, Thread now, which we didn't get a chance to talk about. I wanted to talk about the new Thread. Twitter, eBay, Shortbox, and of course, YouTube. I have over 300-400 comic book unboxings, reels. We just hit at the beginning of the show, we were talking about 1.5 million views over on TikTok. And at the end of the day, we're just out here. I'm just out here trying to do it. I'm just trying to do the damn thing just like everybody else. Bring you guys nostalgia, some education. That's pretty much it. Come kick it, come hang out, and buy some cool shit in the same process.
There you go, Joseph. Sounds good, dude. Well, congratulations on that, man, and I appreciate you. And so those who want to reach out to Joseph, reach out to him, ask questions. He's pretty big in the comic realm, and definitely can show his stuff, and looks like he's willing to trade. So reach out to him. Definitely. Thank you. Hey, Valor, while you're on too, just real quick, let's tell everybody where to find you.
I know everybody probably already does, but go ahead.
Same thing. You type in Valor Comic Services on Google. It'll bring you to the website, to Instagram, to Facebook, to TikTok, to email, to OnlyFans, like whatever I've got that handle on, it'll bring you there.
All right, guys. Well, again, this episode is brought to you by Valor Comic Service, great cleaning and services. And you guys enjoy your evening, and we will chat with you later. We'll see you
Later, guys.
Take care.